Great day, Royals. I am EmpressLazulii. You are your empire, and welcome to another video that will help you to connect with your spiritual self through tools such as tarot, astrology, and self-care. I'm speaking quietly because I am currently with baby boy, so if there's any pauses in the video, you already know why. So we're going to dive into this video speaking about astrological insights for this week, and I'm actually filming this on the day of the Gemini new moon. So happy new moon if you're watching this on the same day. I'm looking at the time right now, and the moon have definitely been in Gemini already for a few hours. So I hope that we're all feeling the beginnings of this energy, the potency of it, and we'll definitely feel it going into tomorrow and over the next couple of weeks. We'll be dealing with all of the different changes because Gemini is a mutable sign that comes with this monumental new moon. So just to give some astrological insight into this week, we are in Gemini season right now. So right now, this week, the sun is in Gemini. We also have Venus in the energy of Gemini. We also have Mercury in the energy of Gemini. And we also have Jupiter in the energy of Gemini, in addition to the moon being in Gemini right now. So we are really being loaded up with all of the juicy Gemini energy at this time, which is really bringing a focus to our mental state, the things that we think about on a daily basis, the ways that we communicate with ourselves and other people. In the tarot, Gemini energy represents the Lovers card, so this does bring up any type of trend with relationships, how we communicate with other people, how we communicate specifically with our loving relationships and partnerships, right? With that Lovers card energy, bringing balance to those relationships with our communication is super important. My cat wants to join me now and talk a little bit too, right? It's the new moon. So this is coming into a really big just feeling of needing to communicate something on the subconscious level, or becoming aware of something, there being a light shown on some kind of communication that needs to be refreshed, some kind of communication that needs to be brought on board in order for you to really align a lot more with your personal goals, with your growth. Especially look into what house Gemini is in for you to see what area of your life this is going to be happening in specifically, okay? But this is really potent energy, guys, that is pushing us all into truths and honesty that we really need to have with ourselves, whether that's a truth that we realize on the subconscious level internally through our self-talk, or whether it's a conversation that we're having with someone that is bringing about some type of truth that we realize in conversation. So really be aware and really be looking out for all of those different signs and synchronicities, because there's a really beautiful opportunity for us to step into a new journey with this new moon that helps us to understand how to level up in terms of our communication on all fronts. Okay, so we're getting into, like I said, the Venus and Gemini energy in this video. I'm going to touch on it quickly, as well as Mercury and then Jupiter. So Venus is bringing pleasure. Venus, the planet of pleasure and personal value, understanding, love, and appreciation. Those are all principles and qualities that Venus is bringing into Gemini energy. So what type of conversations and communication bring us pleasure, right? What kind of talk, how would you appreciate someone speaking to you? What kind of communication do you value the most? All of those things are being brought up with Venus being in Gemini, right? And how you talk to partners, how you speak to loved ones, all of those trends are being brought up with Venus in Gemini, okay? Also putting yourself out there to speak to other people and gain pleasure in going out and talking and gaining new information, learning new information. affirmation, right? We also have, like I said, Mercury in Gemini. Mercury as the planet rules Gemini, right? It's all about communication with the planet of Mercury. So we're thinking about things like how we're coming across in our mental state, how we're thinking about certain decisions that we're making, how quickly we're able to think. What is our mental health like? Are we in a state of anxiety right now? Because when we're in Gemini, our mind kind of picks up, and when Mercury's in Gemini, our mind is moving so quickly. So what kind of things are coming up in your mindset and your mental health? What does your mental health look like? If you were to journal what you think about in a 24-hour span, what would be on that piece of paper, right? Now look at that or think about that and make any adjustments for this new moon in Gemini to welcome in a new journey, a new energy, affirmations, right? We have the throat chakra that's being activated with Gemini energy, right? So think about how you affirm yourself. Do you have affirmations in how you speak over your life with purpose? Do you need to incorporate affirmations in your life in order to be able to speak more powerfully over your life and claim the things that you want to experience? Because you are the creator. Gemini is bringing in creativity energy, right? So is Mercury. So what do you want to create in your reality, and how can you affirm that through the way that you speak? Then we have Jupiter expanding on all of this, allowing us to grow in that realm of how we're speaking to ourselves, how other people are speaking to us, how we're speaking to others, what kind of information we're communicating, what ideas we're communicating. So do you see what I mean? Where it's like such a potent and powerful energy that we're experiencing at this time with so many of these key players in Gemini energy at this time, right? So Jupiter is expanding on everything I just spoke about and helping you to grow and really attain new levels of philosophical information when it regards your patterns of communication, learning from your past and different things that you've done, different things that you've learned and acquired, and teaching yourself, upgrading yourself with a new software in terms of communication based on past lessons that you've learned and realizations that are coming to you through yourself and other people during this time. Like I said, we still have the sun and moon. So this is literally polarity, looking at the masculine and feminine aspects of all the communication patterns that you've had, looking at the subconscious and the conscious. How do I speak to myself internally? How do I speak to others externally? How do I speak to myself externally? So really looking at the whole picture in terms of just honesty and truth, being honest and truthful with yourself and speaking that over your life in a way where you're claiming the next level of greatness for you. I'm so happy that we're all getting to experience this together. If you can drop anything down in the comments of this video to say what kind of journey you feel like you're embarking on, or drop an affirmation that you find is really powerful for you to utilize, or one that you've already been utilizing in your life that has really worked for you and that really helps you to tap into that feeling of power when it comes to you stepping into this next level of your life. So with all of those heavy hitters, with all of this energy right now focused on Gemini, really looking at your mental health, number one, in terms of a takeaway for this video, really addressing your mental health, journaling. Okay, so journal down what you're thinking about. What are your thoughts? Or just reflect, right? Meditation. Do you spend time being still with yourself? Because our mind could be moving so much quicker right now that we need time to kind of slow things down throughout the day, even if it's 5 minutes, right? Baby's waking up. So think about all of those types of things, your mental health, any affirmations and journaling that you're doing in your life, and also the way that you communicate with yourself and others, your self-talk. Really look into how you speak to yourself and others and make potential adjustments to, like with this new moon, get into a new pattern of communicating with yourself that will help you get to the next level, and new communication patterns with other people that will help you to form new connections with other people, acquire new information with other people, exercise new ideas with key players that can really help you to seize opportunities that you may not be able to seize the same way by yourself independently. So really think about all those things. Next week, we don't really have any heavy placements changing for the moment. We have the next big kind of transition in terms of like Mercury and Mars coming up on the 16th. Oh, on the 9th, we do have Mars going into Taurus. So this is definitely bringing action in terms of the things that we value. So now that we've crossed the new moon and said, okay, what things do we need to communicate? Now Mars comes into Taurus and it's like, okay, let's take action on those things that we value the most in terms of where we see ourselves going and where we see this new journey going. What actions can we now incorporate to stabilize this new journey and really anchor us down into habits and things that we need to do repetitively to get ourselves going in that direction. So I'll definitely be on to speak more about that, but I'll leave it here for now. I love you all so much. If you found this video helpful, definitely go ahead and subscribe, because I will be bringing out more content, and I will see you guys soon. Love you. Bye.